Hello and welcome to Online TESOL. I'm Debbie Hudson, your Online TESOL coordinator, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the TESOL program and the Online TESOL system, and hopefully to answer any questions that you might have. Firstly, I want to reassure you that it is an easy system to use, so don't worry. Once you get used to it, you shouldn't have any problems. And I also want to reassure you that you also have the support, the ongoing support of your personal tutor, who is there to provide you with support throughout the course whenever you need it. So, if you have any problems with the system itself and getting used to the system, or with the course materials, or with understanding a task and what's required of you, or any area of the program, you can contact your personal tutor, who will then answer you and provide you with the support that you need to overcome any problems. So the Online TESOL program is an accredited 150-hour self-study program. And once you start studying, you have 6 months within which to complete the course. Now, don't worry about the 6-month deadline. You actually have plenty of time to complete the course within 6 months. We say approximately 150 hours of study, but that will depend on you and how you work. But you can comfortably complete the course within the deadline as long as you arrange your study schedule and keep a close eye on how much time you have available. So don't leave all your studying until the last month, because then you'll be under pressure to complete everything. Because this is a self-study program, it means that it's very flexible. So you can arrange your own study schedule and study whenever you want. If you want to study in the middle of the night, the early hours of the morning, that's fine. Once you start the course, you will receive your password and your username, and you can then log on for the first time. When you log on for the first time, you will see the main page, and on that main page, you'll see some basic information. You will see the number of modules contained in the course, the number of units, and the number of tasks. Now, in order to get used to the system, I suggest that first time that you do log on, you don't immediately start studying. You just get used to the system and get used to navigating around the system. And then the next time that you return, you should be ready to start studying the course content. So on the main page, when you first log in, as well as that basic information that I mentioned, you need to go in to the main menu to get the further information available to you. So in order to go into the main menu, you need to go to the top left-hand corner on the screen. And there you will see 3 parallel lines. So basically, click on those parallel lines, and then the menu will drop down on the left side of the screen. And there, all the areas that you need to access will be shown. So you will see at the top, dashboard. That basically takes you back to the main page. That's the dashboard. Then it shows you units. That helps you to access the course materials and start studying. Below that, you will see tasks. There you will see a record of the tasks that you've completed. Below tasks, you will see profile. So in the profile, you will see your basic personal details that we have recorded about you on this system. Below profile, you will see messages. Now this is an important part of the menu because this is what enables you to contact and interact with your personal tutor. So if you click on messages, it will take you to a new screen. And the messages section of the system enables you to send messages at any time to your personal tutor. You will see an inbox, so you will see incoming messages and be able to read them there. You will see a sent box, so you can check the messages you've already sent. And then you will also see compose, which enables you to write and send new messages. So at any time you need to contact your tutor, just go to the messages on the menu, go to compose, write your message and send it off, and then wait for your answer. But an important thing to remember is please don't expect an immediate response, because your personal tutor is busy with many students and is not able to respond immediately. But we do work to return to students as soon as possible. So just be patient and wait for the response. And on this menu, the final point that you will see is log out. So there, of course, you go when you've completed your study section to log out from the system. So when you've got used to navigating the system and you're ready to study, log on, open the menu and go and click on to units to actually enter the course content. Now, as you start studying and as you continue to study, I would ask you to work through the course in the order that it appears. So please don't jump back and forth between the modules, because the course has been prepared in a way that prepares you step by step for the final part of the course. So you need to work through it in the order that it appears. So you've logged in, you've gone to the menu, and you've clicked on units. And here you will need to click on the module, the unit and the module that you want to study. So as you click on that, you will see the aims of the module, and you will see under the menu the subheadings, the subcategories for that module. And you need to click on those to access the materials. So you've clicked on, you've gone into the module, you've got the subheadings on the left of the screen. Click on the first one, which is the introduction. The modules always start with an introduction and they always finish with on a final note. As you click on introduction, that section will open on your screen for you to study. So as you read through and study that first section and scroll down the screen, when that small section has finished, at the bottom of the screen, you will see the name, the heading of the next section to study. And if at that point you are ready to continue and to move on, click on, and the next section of the module materials will open for you to study. So you just continue in this way. You read through, scroll down and study, click on at the bottom to bring up the continuation of the module, and continue in this way until you reach the end of the module. But at any point, if you want to go back and reread what you've just read, go to the menu on the left, which will remain there. So you can go back to the introduction. Click on that. Anytime you want to go back and forth, just look at the menu on the left. And just because you start studying a module doesn't mean that you have to complete studying it in one session. You can come in and out of the system anytime and as much as you want. So if you only have a short time available to you and you start studying a module, haven't got time to finish, just go back to the menu and log out. Any time that you come back to the system, you can access the materials at any point by going to the menu to help you. So don't worry about that. You can come back at any point. Now the course incorporates some self-checks throughout the course. Now the self-checks are there really to help you check your own understanding of what you've been studying and to consolidate knowledge. You will see those on the menu on the left. So whichever module you're studying, you will see in the menu self-checks and also tasks, which I'll mention in a minute. Those self-checks you click on and they will open on the screen for you to study and do in your own time. Now, those self-checks are not evaluated, they're not assessed, they're not checked in any way by your personal tutor. So those are for your own use. As I said, to help check your understanding. If when you're doing them, if you have any problems and realize that you can't answer them, then that's a sign that you need to go back and study those materials again. So go back, do some more studying, ensure that you understand what you studied, and then look again at the self-check. If you continue to have any problems with those or in understanding the materials and what's being presented, remember you can send a message to your personal tutor who will help you with it. So as well as the self-checks, we have the tasks. Now this is the evaluation part of the course. The course doesn't involve any long essays and there is no final exam. It works on a continual assessment system. So when you complete studying your module and you've done any self-checks that are included there, click on the tasks and you will see how many tasks you have to complete. Now, each module is different. Some modules might contain just one task. Other modules might contain 3, 4, 5, or even 6 tasks. So it varies. So click on and see how many there are. As you click on each task, it will open on the screen and it will give you instructions on what you have to do. If you have any problems with the tasks, if you're not sure what's expected of you, please make sure you send a message to your personal tutor and he or she will send you some clarification. So rather than wasting time doing a task wrongly because you've misunderstood it, it's better to get some clarification. So just ask your tutor and your tutor will clarify it for you so that you know what's expected of you. Another point I want to mention about the tasks is that they are time limited. So when you click on a task, you will see a clock appear, which gives you 20 minutes to complete a task. So my advice is, rather than immediately starting with the first part of the task and working through it, have a read through first. Look what's expected of you. Think about how you're going to answer the task. Maybe take some notes and come out of the task. Do some preparation first. Check your answers. Maybe prepare your answers in writing on a Word document first. And then when you're ready, go back to the task again, input your answers, and then submit the task. Now, if for any reason you are in the middle of doing a task and you haven't completed it and your time runs out, again, don't panic. what happens is that your task will be automatically submitted. So it would automatically go to your personal tutor. But if that happens, your personal tutor will just send it back to you. So go to the message board, send a quick message, explain that accidentally your task has been submitted before you've completed it, and your tutor will send it back to you. So don't worry about that. After submitting your tasks, you then need to wait to get feedback from your personal tutor. When your personal tutor has checked your tasks, you will be able to see that on the system. And you will have feedback in one of two ways. Either you will see that your task has been confirmed, which means that your tutor has accepted the task, and you will receive feedback on it. So your tutor will tell you how you have done with the task, correct any mistakes there, and perhaps give you some suggestions. The alternative is that you will see that your task has been sent back to you for editing. Now, we send tasks back for editing for one of two reasons. One is you've completely misunderstood the task. If that's the case, your tutor will explain again what the task entails and what you need to do. The other reason for sending a task back for editing is if you have done very poorly in this task, in which case your personal tutor will give you some further advice, perhaps to restudy the module or restudy a section of the module, and will give you another chance to try the task. Now, usually in that situation, we only give 2 opportunities for editing. So make sure you read your tutor's feedback carefully, make sure you understand it before trying and editing the task. Once you've completed editing it, press the edit button and that will submit it to your personal tutor. When you complete all the tasks for a module and you've received confirmation of those from your personal tutor, you will also receive your grade for the module. Now, the grades used throughout the course are as follows. We have 5 grades: A1, A2, B1, B2, and C. So those are the 5 pass grades. The next grade is F, which of course is fail, but I'm sure you won't be receiving any of those. So let me explain the 5 grades. A1 is outstanding. A2 is excellent. B1 is very good. B2 is good. And C is satisfactory. Now, obviously, you will try to get the best grades that you can. If for any reason you do receive a fail, don't worry about it too much, but it does mean that you have to work hard at the course because you're only allowed 1 C grade. And it does mean that you need to go back and study the module that you've had problems with, and your tutor will help you with that. But don't worry about failing the course. You know, we're here to help you succeed with this course. And that's the job of your personal tutor, is to give you all the support, the advice, the recommendations, and the feedbacks you need to be successful. As well as doing the tasks for each module, you will also be required to do 2 practice lessons during the course, as well as a final teaching practice at the end of the course, which I will explain a little bit later. So firstly, these 2 practice lessons, what are they and what do they require? Well, when you have completed 2 of the modules in the course, you'll be required to do these practice lessons. So the first practice lesson is at the end of Unit 3, Module 2, which is the receptive skills module. So it's focusing on reading and listening. As one of the tasks, you are given a reading text and you're asked to prepare a lesson plan based on that reading text. You will do that, you will submit it as a task, and your personal tutor will give you feedback on that task. At that point, you're actually expected to deliver, to present your lesson, the one that you've just prepared. So what we want you to do is to arrange to record the lesson. Now, arrange to do the lesson with some friends. If you have some friends who you can help out with this, they can play the role of your students. If you're really stuck and you can't find somebody, then you can actually record it like this to the camera. As I am speaking to the camera here, you can speak to the camera and deliver your lesson too. Now, the aim of these practice lessons is to give you some practice and to prepare you for the final teaching practice at the end of the course. Rather than just getting you to do the final teaching practice and experiencing possible problems then, we would rather help you during the course, provide you with some practice and some feedback on your teaching skills. So you've prepared the lesson plan, you do your recording, you send it to your personal tutor. Please make sure that it's good quality, especially with the sound, where you need to make sure that your personal tutor can understand what's being said. When your personal tutor checks your recording, he or she will then send you some feedback. And this is important, so please read any feedback carefully, because that will give you some advice and some tips on how to improve your skills. So that's the first of the practice lessons. The second of the practice lessons is at the end of Unit 3, Module 3, which is the productive skills module. So this module focuses on speaking and writing skills. And again, as one of the tasks, you're actually asked to prepare a lesson plan. So the lesson plan this time will be a writing lesson, although you are expected to also integrate speaking skills as well. But the main skill focus is writing. So you'll be given 5 options for this task. You'll choose one, you'll prepare your lesson plan, you'll submit your task. It will be confirmed by your tutor and you'll be given some feedback on it. And again, at that point, then you're going to record your lesson and submit it to your personal tutor, who will then give you feedback and advice. So now you've completed studying all the modules, you've completed all your tasks, and you've completed your 2 practice lessons. So you have come to the final component of the course, the part of the course that you have been preparing for throughout all your studying, which is the teaching practice component. So for your teaching practice, you are expected to deliver 6 40-minute lessons which will be evaluated and graded. So when you get to this stage of the lesson, your personal tutor will send you a detailed message giving you all the information you require and giving you some tips and advice of things to remember whilst delivering your lessons. Now, the details you will receive about what lessons you need to prepare include the topic. So you will be given a topic. For example, holidays or friendships or the place where I live. So you'll have a topic. Now, as you prepare your lesson plans, please ensure that everything is based on the topic. So all the grammar examples, the exercises, the activities will be in context using the topic. The topic is what makes a lesson meaningful and is what gives the students a reason to communicate. So remember, topic is essential. So you'll be given a topic. You will be told the target grammar structures that you need to teach. You will also be told the target vocabulary that you need to teach, and you will be told the level of students that you will be teaching. So with all that information in mind, plus tips and advice from your tutor, you will be then given time to prepare your lessons. Now, one thing to remember is that these lessons must be your own individual work. We cannot accept a lesson plan following a course book, and we also cannot accept ready prepared plans from the internet. Now, you are able to use materials from different sources. So you can take materials from the internet and you can take materials from a course book, but you can't just copy the whole thing as a chunk and as a lesson. You can take a reading text from here, a listening transcript from here. You can take some games from here, some activities from here, but you have to put it together and make it your own individual work. When you have prepared your lesson plans in detail, you then submit them to your personal tutor, who will check your plans. If your plans are at the correct level and follow the requirements, then your personal tutor will say, okay, great, I can accept your plans. And then you are able to go ahead and record them and send them to your personal tutor for evaluation, the same way that you did with your practice lessons. Alternatively, your tutor might not accept your initial submission of the plans. They might first give you some advice and some feedback and ask you to do some editing. So you will be given more time to work on the plans and to submit them again. So until your personal tutor accepts the plans, you might have to do a little bit of extra work. Once they're accepted, you record them and you send your plans in. So you've sent in your recordings of your lessons and you're waiting now for your final feedback from your tutor. So you've reached the end of the course. Please don't expect immediate feedback from your personal tutor because, as you can imagine, it takes a little bit of time to watch and evaluate and provide feedback on those lessons. But as soon as your tutor has checked them, you will receive your final results. So you will receive 2 grades because at the end of the course, you receive 2 certificates. So the first certificate is your TESOL certificate, which is the Theory and Methodology Certificate of TESOL. The grade on this certificate will be worked out from the grades you've received for all the modules throughout the course. Your second certificate is your Teaching Practice Certificate, which is based on your final teaching practice. So, when you receive your final grades, you just need to wait for your certificates to arrive. So, I wish you all the best with the course initially. I hope you enjoy the course and I hope you learn lots of valuable things, and I hope you really develop yourself as a person as well as developing your teaching skills while studying. And I wish you well for your future career as a teacher of English. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.